but says he expects a prioritized, transparent investigation and says the nation, quote, witnessed a horrifying situation. In Washington, Ryan Schmelz, Fox News.
Now an update on the attempt to stop Russia's war in Ukraine.
This document is designed to make sure Russia will never attack Ukraine again once the war finally ends, a security guarantee hinging on the promise of US-backed military action. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky says he's just waiting for his allies to name the time and place for it to be signed. It would then need to be ratified by Congress and the Ukrainian parliament. Meanwhile, we're told talks between Ukraine, Russia, and the US on ending the war finished constructively. Moscow says there will be further three-way discussions next week. Jonathan Savage, Fox News.
On Wall Street, stock futures are now mixed before the opening bell this hour. Up for the Dow, down for the NASDAQ after last week's slight losses for both. The Super Bowl 60 matchup is set. That ended up the game-winning score for Seattle, taking the NFC Championship, topping the Los Angeles Rams 31-27 on Fox. The Seahawks will play the New England Patriots, who won the AFC title, beating the Broncos in a blizzard in Denver 10-7. I'm Dave Anthony, and this is Fox News.
This is Viewpoint, a presentation of the News and Public Affairs Department of AM 1490 WHPV. We welcome your input on the issues of the day. You can contact us on the Viewpoint line by calling 875-1490. The opinions expressed by our callers and guests do not necessarily reflect those of the management and staff of AM 1490 WHPV. And now, here's today's Viewpoint.
And good morning and welcome into the Monday morning Viewpoint for this Monday morning, January the 26th, 2026. I'm host. How do you feel this morning? Certainly hope you are in freezing temperatures, and it's not over yet because we do have a severe weather alert and advisory for overnight from 9 o'clock tonight until 9 o'clock on tomorrow morning. And really, technically, we are still under the first weather alert from the National Weather Service until 10 o'clock this morning. You can view the weather alert at selmapostherald.com on the website right under the slogan History in the Making. Also, under that, the complete list of schools, colleges and high schools, public schools and colleges across the state that have been affected by the weather. And of course, Selma City schools are closed. Dallas County schools are closed. Lowndes County schools are closed. Montgomery and Autauga County are doing distance learning. And I still haven't gotten any information on Perry County, but I would have to imagine that they're going to fall, probably do the same thing as most of these schools are throughout the state. In fact, we have another list I can check myself on the selmapostherald.com website to see whether or not Perry checked in. 334-875-1490 and 1492 are the numbers to call if you have comments or questions. And we are going to take a listen to yesterday's press conference in Montgomery, and just to get an idea of what was happening over there. Well, wait. I'll tell you what. We'll do that in just a moment. Let me take this quick break, and when we come back, we'll do the press conference with Mayor Stephen Reed in Montgomery on yesterday.
We're with our friends at Reliable Chevrolet and GMC in historic downtown Selma, serving the area for 80 years. Barry Parker is with us right now. We're talking just arrived. That yours me. Hey, been here in El Salvador for 80 plus years. Yours, the old-fashioned way, working one deal at a time. We want to get to part of the Reliable family. So come by and see us in the market for a new Chevrolet or GMC or even a pre-owned automobile. We have got you covered there for all your driving needs. And then same thing with service. We can do all your service work. We can do all your financing. We're, as I say all the time, we're a one-stop shop where we sell them and service and do the financing for you right here at Reliable Chevrolet GMC. You mentioned the financing part of it. That maybe someone along the way that has had a little credit hiccup or a hardship in the past. We're looking for good people, not necessarily good credit.
That's right, George. We're set up with credit acceptance. They're known to help you reestablish your credit. Hey, it could be, several reasons why you have some credit problems. As I say, it's not a problem here at Reliable Chevrolet. Get you reestablished and get you riding today.
All here at Reliable Chevrolet and GMC. Come see the difference about local treatment in Central Alabama at Reliable, where they truly have it all.
Good evening. We want to come and talk with members of our community about the issues related to our storm. I'm Stephen Reed, Mayor of the City of Montgomery. We're proud to have some of our partners who've been helping us from the City of Montgomery, Alabama Power, as well as our EMA, who will be speaking on various issues this evening. First, we want to be grateful that so far we don't have any fatalities from today's storms. We know that there has been a disruption and discomfort by thousands of residents due to the winds and the rain that have come in this morning and this afternoon. We know that's caused a lot of property damage, a lot of inconvenience, but thankfully has not cost any lives that we have on record as of yet. We're grateful for all of our first responders for the work that they have done all day today, getting out at the very first call all around the city and responding to emergency and non-emergency calls as needed. We're grateful for great neighbors who have been there to help someone on their street, someone on their block get out of their home, get out of their car, make sure they did not walk into a power line or any type of danger that they may have either by driving or walking in the wrong place. So we're grateful for all the collaboration that we've had throughout the city. But we want to say that as of this minute, we are starting to see some small steps in progress. Just a few minutes ago, we were at about 8,000 people who were without power. Thanks to our partners with Alabama Power, and again, partners throughout this community, we're now down to 5,000. Now, we all want that to get down to zero, and I'm sure no one wants that to get down to zero, more than someone who's without power to heat their home. Safety stands at the forefront of what we are doing, and it has throughout this day. We want you to know that this response is ongoing and will be throughout the night into the morning until regular interaction is resumed, and we'll continue to do that with all the partners that you see here. But we know that for each and every person, police department, just talking a little bit about traffic, how things are going on I-85. Obviously, we know it's shut down for some time. To address just traffic enforcement and where that's concerned. And we'll also get public works, management, from out.
Good evening. My name is Patrick Dunson. I'm the Public Works Director for the City of Montgomery. Just a little update on where we stand with roughly about 12 that still remain to be removed. We've been working very diligently with our partners with Alabama Power because, as you know, many times when these trees fall, they take with them power lines, and so we worked hand in hand with Alabama Power from a safety standpoint to make sure that those power lines are de-energized before we get crews in there to cut up the tree and remove the debris. One of the things I wanted to kind of point out about the debris itself, one of our key goals that we're working through right now as we talk about removing and clearing those trees is we're actually cutting those and removing them from blocking the roadways. Our first objective is to get the roadways open so that the public can move through up and down the roadways as well as emergency vehicles. So in the morning when you're driving through these neighborhoods, you'll see piles of debris on the side side of the street. But we will have crews back again tomorrow, and we'll start debris removal from all that remaining tree debris that's on the side of the roads. And so I think that's a big accomplishment, and the crews have been working very hard all day long. So thank you.
My name is Wade Lyles, Montgomery City County Emergency Management Agency. So we ask that any citizens are out there that have they see trees down, they see power lines down, to please contact our 311. 311 is going to be open all night tonight, and then we will direct those calls to their appropriate departments. Additionally, with the 5,000 customers that are currently without power, our Warming Center is open at 7 p.m. tonight until 11 a.m. tomorrow at the Crump Center at 1751 Congressman Dickinson Drive. And then if operations need to continue to expand, we will. But don't stay at home. Don't freeze. Tonight's temperatures are going to get very cold. It will be in the early 20s first thing tomorrow morning. So please come use it if you need us. We will have refreshments in here with.
I appreciate it. Yeah, I thought it was safer, you know what I mean? Because I know, I'm going to school.
Again, I'm Anita Archie with Alabama Power, and we know that severe weather can cause a lot of disruption in folks' lives, and we understand that. Our main concern is definitely your safety and comfort. With the temperatures dropping tonight and with the winds, we want to make sure that you have Montgomery was one of the hardest hit areas for this, with down power lines and also with the wind and with the trees being down. But we want to assure you that we're going to work throughout the night to make sure your power is turned back on as quickly as possible. As the mayor stated earlier, we have about approximately 5,000 customers that are still without power. We're working very hard with that. We have been heavily engaged with Interstate I-85, making sure that we get that clear, as well as trying to make sure that our power is turned back on to our residents. So rest assured, we're going to be working through the night. We have additional 500 resources that have come to the area to help us with this incident. But one of the things we want to make sure that you are aware of, please stay safe. Do not try to go and approach a live wire. Do not go and interfere with any of the work that's going on in the neighborhood, because we want to make sure that you're safe. So we are here for you. We understand the importance of making sure that your power is turned back on, and we've been working greatly here with our partners here, with the city of Montgomery and other folks here collaborating on those efforts.
Just to conclude, we want to thank everyone that's here on the stage again: Montgomery Police Department, Montgomery Fire Rescue, EMA, Alabama Power, our Public Works Department, and most of all, our residents throughout this city. We're grateful for all the work that you all have been doing, all the pictures, all the texts, all the calls. Thank you for that. It's helping us identify some of the areas, and it's giving us some guidance where things are concerned. As has been stated here tonight, we want you to remain safe this evening. We know that there's a lot of inconvenience for many people, and just know that we're working feverishly to address that. Our biggest goal right now is to make sure that each and every resident that's been impacted has that fixed as soon as we can. And so, working with our partners here on this stage, we're going to do that throughout the night. So just know that is taking place. Again, we don't want anyone to take matters into their own hands where this is concerned. If you see an issue, please report it. If it's a non-emergency issue, call 311. If you feel like it's an urgent, an emergency issue, then dial 911. But again, we want to make sure our first responders are responding to emergency calls first, and they can help our partners with Alabama Power and others do the things that they can do to get you back in your homes, to get the power back on, to get your internet back on, and all the things that people need and expect in their daily lives here in the city of Montgomery. So with that said, that will conclude our remarks, but I'll open up for any questions that the press may have at this time.
Yes, sir. You said people with damaged property can contact 311. Do they have any other resources people can reach out to, places they can go?
One of the things, as I rode around town and seen, a lot of damage I've seen is obviously trees down. The city's going to handle and remove any debris within the public rights of way. So we're going to handle those trees. Now, there's a lot of trees that are on private property. Generally, those are the private property owner's responsibility to take care of. But there are resources out there like the Montgomery Baptist Association. I think 311 is going to have their contact information and try to make those connections so that they have a large group of volunteers that come out and help remove some of that debris, cut up trees and that sort of stuff. So I think if it's on trees removal on private property, I think the best thing is to call 311, let them put those individuals in touch with the Montgomery Baptist Association so they can help them. So.
I know, biggest thing is avoiding I-85 for right now. Everything's fixed. Any estimate on how long until 85 becomes accessible?
At this particular time, due to the nature of the incident, right now it being closed, we haven't determined an hour when it may be open. It just depends on how fast the work goes and what conditions are out there, what they find.
And just regarding one case, y'all mentioned Crump Community Center, y'all just opened that up, a little under an hour ago. Is there anywhere else throughout the city that people can go in the event that maybe there's something closer? Crump Community Center ends up filling up?
Yeah, so no, sir, at this time, the only place open is the Crump Center.
I know y'all addressed how many are still without power. Do you have any time frame on when, on when everyone's lights are going to be back on?
We have additional crews in, like earlier stated, about 500 additional crews that are here. It is our goal to work throughout the night to try to have the power back on, hopefully by first thing, hopefully by first thing in the morning. Right now, we have an estimated resolution time to be approximately around but again, we don't know what we may be dealing with and maybe other critical issues that may pop up. So we're hoping, we know for a fact that everyone, pretty much, some people are going to be coming online tonight, some may not be coming online tonight, but we hopefully will have everyone back on as quickly as possible, hopefully by 5 a.m. But if not, we're working as quickly as we can to get the issue resolved.
Just to say one last thing, we will have hourly updates as of our city, social media, our formal city sites, all of our communication through press releases, through text, all those things. We're going to try word out as quickly as we can with any progress and any movement that's being made. And we'll continue to work with Alabama Power and EMA to make sure residents are informed of the progress that's coming by the hour between now and tomorrow morning. So that will have an update in the morning, and that will conclude this session for tonight. Thanks so much.
And that was yesterday's press conference in Montgomery, and we probably would do well to study what they do, because they do an excellent job of keeping the public informed when these kinds of events happen. Plus, I don't have to tell you about the number of people that go back and forth between here and Montgomery and have family in Montgomery. And so, I like to kind of keep an eye on what's happening over there just in case, because of the amount of interaction between our communities. And so, and then there was also an update, excuse me, there was also an update this morning about the, since that press conference was done yesterday evening, actually, but there has been an update to the situation in Montgomery since then. And again, WSFA Channel 12 has a number of reports that they have been making regarding that situation. Tell you what I'll do is let me take this break, and when we come back, we'll see what the last update was on what's happening in Montgomery. We're very fortunate. I'm not. I don't know if how much in Dallas County EMA, Ms. Toya, they do an excellent job of keeping us informed. They keep me informed on what is happening, and so anything that we need to know, they uh, she will get it out, and I will share that information with you. And I'm sure they're doing it with all of the local media. We're very fortunate. Again, we have an excellent EMA, Emergency Management Agency, for Dallas County. It's 8:27. Let's take this quick break. I'll be right back.
Dr. McBride Drug Company wants to advise everyone that now is a great time to vaccinate. Come in and talk to our pharmacists about vaccines for you and your family. Protect yourself and your loved ones from flu, pneumonia, shingles, and whooping cough. Also, ask them about nutrient depletions from medications that could cause you to lose important nutrients from your body. And stay healthy through this upcoming season. Dr. McBride Drug, 101 Broad Street in Selma.
14 on WHBB. Good morning on this cold Monday morning, and we have a weather alert again for tonight. It's going to be colder tonight than it was on last night. In fact, the temperature is projected to go down to about 13 actual degrees, and by the time the wind gets through with it, it's going to feel like, according to the weather forecast, that it's 5 or 7 degrees. That is cold. So make sure that whatever you do, if you're out in, I don't have to tell you, to dress warm.
Is now back open after down power lines shut down the interstate in both directions for hours. At one point, Montgomery had about 8,000. Now almost everybody has power restored.
WSFA 12 News reporter Bethany Davis is live at the Montgomery Emergency Management Office this morning. Bethany, what's the latest right now?
Yeah, those are really the two biggest wins from overnight. Is number one, the interstate at the Eastern Boulevard exit is completely back to normal. Power is restored and traffic is moving just as it should through that area. And the number of power outages were down to just the last 30 or so people without power. This is Wade Lyles, who's the director of the Montgomery EMA, and Patrick Dunson is the director of Public Works for the city of Montgomery. Let's talk a little bit about the interstate. That seems to be the one that's going to affect the most people. Great news that everything is back open. I did notice on my way in, though, there is still a power line that's crossing all 6 lanes. We don't need to be worried about that.
No, ma'am. Everything on the interstate is safe. Around midnight last night, crews got everything back up in the, most of it back up in the air, and traffic is flowing as normal.
Any other traffic issues that we're dealing with overnight?
So there's a couple of lights that are still running, but those are off on non-major roads and stuff like that.
Yeah, I know your crews, Patrick, had a really busy day and at night, and they're already back at work this morning. What's the first priority that they're taking care of today after spending all day cleaning up debris and trees?
Our first part of this morning, we still have some trees blocking the roads that are still tangled up with power lines. So as a power company gets those removed, we'll continue to remove those from the streets and get those streets back open. But in addition to that, we'll also start debris removal from the outside, because when we've opened those streets, we really just kind of get the roadway itself clear and push the debris aside. So really today, they'll start concentrating on getting that debris that's on the side of the roads removed.
Yeah, we just heard Nick say that temperature's really not going to get warm at all today, and then even colder tomorrow. We know the warming center is open until 11 o'clock this morning at the Crump Center on Congressman Dickinson Drive. What's the plan for the rest of the week for that warming center?
So as of right now, the plan is to run every night, continuing through Saturday morning.
Those storms. Do want to recommend, also remind folks to dial 311 while the city crews are clearing the debris and the trees off of the public roadways. If you've got issues on your private property, you need to call 311. There are resources available to help you remove that, but we need to reserve 911 for those medical emergencies, those serious emergencies, particularly in the cold weather.
On the weather, any school closures, or any additional details, we'll have all of that posted for you on our website, WSFA.com.
And that was the latest update on Montgomery's situation.
Well, the WTOC update.
And, as I mentioned earlier, of course, some city schools that are closed. Distance learning today and now tomorrow.
Now, an 83-year-old woman in
Lincoln who
survived Hurricane Helene is now living in her newly renovated home.
Having,
all thanks to community members
having these icy and slippery roads, which could be a real concern. Let's take this break, and I'll be back with more right after these messages.
Banking the way it should be at First Cahaba Bank means you never have to worry about the season or the weather with online banking. It's always there and always on, 24/7, 365, even on holidays.
I'm Richard Walters, president of First Cahaba Bank, here to let you know that all of our online banking resources have been invaluable to our First Cahaba customers. Although our lobbies are open, personal and business customers have discovered how convenient and easy it has become to manage financial resources without having to come inside the bank. And all of our online services, including mobile banking app, are free. Visit firstcahaba.com to get all of the information, or feel free to call any of our locations in Selma, Troy, or Gulf Shores for any questions or information. Banking the way it should be at First Cahaba Bank means we are constantly focused on the very latest technology for customer convenience and overall satisfaction. We would love for you to join our growing community bank family. First Cahaba Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Dr. Ralph Redd and the staff of Alabama Vascular Specialists are proud to announce they're now operating at their new Selma location on Thursdays. Alabama Vascular Specialists continues to grow and is now at 2117 Broad Street in the former Lightfoot Chiropractic office across from Selma High School. This newly renovated location, Alabama Vascular Specialists, will enable Dr. Redd, Dr. White Giddens, and Dr. Tan, along with their entire staff, to better serve the patients of Central and West Alabama. If you or someone you love suffers from poor circulation in your legs, from symptoms of PAD or peripheral artery disease, you should contact Alabama Vascular Specialists as soon as possible. No physician referral required. Telephone number 334-801-9952 or alabamavascularspecialist.com. Growing to better serve those in need of vascular treatment and surgery. Alabama Vascular Specialist.
Good morning, I'm Jasmine Williams of WSFA 12 News. Here's what's happening this Monday. Several school systems are closed today due to extremely cold weather and concerns of icy roadways. Alex City Schools, Watauga County Schools, Macon County Schools, and Montgomery Public Schools will all be virtual today. For Dallas County, no school at all. School. In Montgomery County, after Sunday's severe storms, that's according to Alabama Power, several people are picking up the pieces this morning, recovering from storm damage. Major power line crashing down on the interstate. These are your headlines.
1490 WHB. Good morning on this Monday morning. Randy Williams with you until 9, and we also have another report that is going to give us an update on what is happening with the various county roads throughout the area and throughout the state. This report is Channel 30. They also, do a pretty good job of being able to keep us up to date on what is happening from around the state. This is their report. WBTM Channel 13 in the Birmingham area. Well, the internet is taking its time. You know, that happens if you're watching, if you've joined us on our YouTube channel, you see a little circle is turning. And as you know, when it comes to media and the internet, whenever we get ready to do anything with it, I always advise people to pack your patience. That's what I do. Pack my patience, because I know anything is possible. Well, I tell you what, it is taking its time. In the meantime, what I'll do is switch and go back to an old story. The because we got a press conference regarding and Pine Glen Field. If you haven't heard, there be some real that County water and sewerage board. What I'll do is let them explain to you. Jackie Averhart, one of the board members, and
County Commission. year 2025 from the community fund. And this water incorporated Selma community. The is a coordinated effort between the Commission and the Dallas County Water and Sewer Authority to address water destruction caused by deteriorated concrete will take place in a residential neighborhood which consists of 258 occupied households. Not 976 residents. 99% of the beneficiaries are low to moderate income households, and 93% are minority residents, making this project fully eligible under CDBG national objectives.
Cornell County Commission, District 1.
Thank God for this day. We're very happy here on that we have received and get funding to upgrade our water system. Much needed. We're working within our old system, allow our residents to look forward to better water in our community. Thank you.
To say at the press conference.
Commissioner, we have our and the CDBG grant is in the amount of 500,000 that I stated as with Ms. Apar and Commissioner and the vote Chittamere, but this is, and we do this every towns just she applied for this grant and she received Governor Ivey, the Dallas County Commission, Boswell, along with the know it as a DECO. Commissioners, we just want to let her know that we thank Governor Ivey and within the area for the residents. This is